Black Ops 6. The good, the bad, and the really, really ugly. This is my opinion on Black Ops 6 so far. Let's get straight into it with the good. So far, the good that I would say about Black Ops 6 is bringing prestiges back is a given. It gives the game more longevity. I feel like it gives you more of a purpose. The whole problem with Call of Duty the last few years, especially with the stupid battle pass and how that would work with your level up system, is you would hit level 50 preseason and it caps you out and then you get bored already. That's just like, there's nothing new to unlock. You already got everything unlocked. You use the meta weapon. There's no more leveling up. And then you're waiting for the battle pass to come out. This game brought prestiges back. Huge plus. And they work like OG prestiges too, where you have to do the prestige. You lose everything. You get a prestige token. I love that aspect because then you have to pick what you want for that prestige early. You don't get everything back. The attachments you keep, I'm pretty sure. I haven't prestige yet, but hearing from my friends, I like that aspect of it, honestly, especially in this game with just how the weapons work. If you're running bare bone weapons, it's not like old COD where you could pick up a weapon with no attachments and still do good. You really struggle, honestly. On to the next. I do like the weapon variety that you get from the initial drop. I know with battle passes, they're going to come out more weapons. More variety. That's all good, but I do like what they have right now. The variety and what they're offering is pretty unique. Especially with the burst weapons, I do like that they're including a lot of guns that aren't typically in every other Call of Duty. Obviously, you're gonna have the M4. Obviously, you're gonna have the MP5. Like, that's a given. That's what I like those guns too. It's not like, oh, this gun again. I like those guns. And they're also offering, though, like the AEK, I think it's called. It's the burst AK looking rifle. I think that's the name of the gun. That's a fun gun to use. I actually am doing pretty good with it. Don't sleep on it. I would highly recommend trying it out. Again, you need attachments for it. The iron sights I hate. But the weapons are good. Next would be the perks. I'm definitely a fan of the perks. I like how they have the specific, like the separate categories within the perk slots. And if you don't know what I mean, there's different color codes to each perk. And if you get 3 of the same ones in each slot, in each perk slot, like all greens, all reds, all blues, you get a green, red, or blue specialist perk. I really like the concept of it. It could use some tweaking. There's definitely some nerfing that needs to be involved, but I do like it. It's a good implementation. It's unique. It's new. And I have to say it's definitely on the good list. So before I go straight to the bad, let me just say, if that good isn't good enough for you, this is also strictly multiplayer based. I haven't played the zombies or the campaign. If that's not good enough for you and you're looking to play multiplayer, don't buy the game. At least wait a lot longer. Maybe see what Season 1 drops, because while that is enough good to maybe say it's better than Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, it's still not saying a lot. The game's still fresh. There's still the honeymoon phase going on. If you're still on edge about buying the game, I would say don't. So now, if you're still on edge and are still thinking about buying the game, even after I said don't, here are the bads that might convince you otherwise. Number 1, skill-based matchmaking. While you might think that this isn't ugly, and I would say it's ugly, it's something that's been in COD for about 5 years now. It's stupid. Whoever thought of it's stupid. Whoever's keeping it is stupid. Activision is stupid. Your data is the dumbest thing. I don't know who's backing it, but it's stupid. Casuals, if you think it doesn't exist, if you think it's not a big deal, stupid. If you're trying to look for a casual game, go find another one. Because if you have one good game, you're going to suck the next. If you have one win, you're going to lose the next. It's an ongoing cycle. My win-loss ratio is like a 0.3 right now because of how dumb the game is. So that's definitely a bad. Borderline ugly, but it's expected. So I'm not going to put in the ugly since we already know that that's out there and it exists. Next would be the maps. The maps are absolutely dog water. If Season 1 doesn't have good maps, I will say this right now, Black Ops 6 is definitely on the verge of losing people already. Similar to XDefiant, when they had a bad Season 1 drop and not good content, they lost a lot of traction towards the game. Black Ops 6, while there is a lot of hype around it, while there is the prestiges, while there is the nuke in the game, while they are bringing back the hand cannon, which is a good thing, I'll probably speak about that in another video, they are bringing back the hand cannon. If there's not good maps that you could sit there and enjoy the scenery and the playstyle of, you're gonna lose people. Skill base is not gonna retain anybody on a crap map, and that's a fact. The maps are really bad. The only thing saving it right now was Nuketown 24/7, which is probably why they brought it back early. There are a couple maps that are fun. Babylon, I actually really enjoy. Shocker, no doors, very close quarters, which is fun. Another issue is there's not a lot of variety with the size of the maps. It just feels like it's a spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die situation. And even if the map is an okay size, they're still spawning behind you. Big problem. The maps are a huge issue, which is probably 90% of the actual gameplay. When you consider the guns, the prestiging, the kill streaks, when you're playing the map is the bulk of what makes it good or not. So again, I'm gonna have that in the bad section because the ugly gets really ugly. And now to the ugly. And again, this is just my opinion off of my first week of playing. I'm sure I could find more good. I'm sure I could find more bad. And I'm sure I could find more ugly. But the ugliest part of Black Ops 6 right now, the ugliest, number one, is the fact that skill-based is around, which is in the bad. The connection is the ugliest and dumbest thing. When you implement skill-based matchmaking, that totally rips away connection-based. I don't care what their excuse was, what they posted back in Modern Warfare 3 when they finally got called out and exposed for skill-based. I don't care what you say. When you are so heavily impacted on your skill, and it's clear as day that it's all skill. Alright? If you bomb like 10 games and get 0 kills, you're going to play against people with no fingers. That's a fact. If you have one decent game, you'll instantly get put into a sweat fest. That's a fact. So there's no connection based whatsoever that's implemented in your matchmaking. So when ping is king back in the day, that's when you used to have fun. That's when you used to find people that, probably lived in your region. That's when you had good connection. And that's when the game was played at its best. Because you could sit in lobbies with the same people, compete against each other, sandbox, randomized, you know the deal. Now the connection is worse than ever. Because when it's going to put you with people that are around your skill set, it doesn't matter if they live, say you're on the East Coast, it doesn't matter if they're on the West Coast, it doesn't matter if they're down south, it doesn't matter if they're in another country, it doesn't matter. If they're in your skill set, you're going to get put with them. So there's sometimes I get put in games where the connection is atrocious. Atrocious. And I sit there and I think it's my Wi-Fi sometimes, because don't get me wrong, my Wi-Fi could act up a little. Rage quit, next game, good connection. It is all because of skill-based. The connection sucks, and it makes it unplayable sometimes and just downright idiotic. It's not even like it's just something that makes you want to get off the game because of how stupid it is, how dumb it is. The next ugly, huge ugly, is the spawn system. And to piggyback off of the bad maps, which I put in the bad section, the spawn system makes it 10 times worse. It's open, it's chaotic, there's no lanes, some people I heard are saying 3 lanes are outdated, out of style, we need something new. 3 lanes were created and stuck around because it worked. There was strategy around containing the lanes. And it doesn't need to be like hallway lanes. I don't know if that's what they're thinking. If you look at a map like Terminal, or if you look at a map like High Rise, or Hijacked, or Raid, or Subbase, like there's lanes to these maps. There's the left side, middle, right side. And they're all uniquely created, so they're not literal 3 lanes. But in the grand scheme of things, it forms some form of structure to give the gameplay flow. When it's all open, chaotic, you add doors in there so you can just cross over to these lanes and you're barging in and, catching somebody blindsided as if you're breaching in some tactical shooter. It's stupid. And the spawn system, because of these bad maps, are horrible. You don't know where to look. There's always somebody aiming somewhere at you. You're spawning behind someone. They're spawning behind you. You're getting shot through a wall. It's so dumb. The spawns are atrocious. It's game breaking. I don't know why they make it this way to where if you're just looking in the general direction of a spawn, they flip. What's the point of holding? Like, I don't know if you remember back in the day, if you held 2 flags in domination and the enemy had 1, you're controlling the spawns. And what's crazy is it was almost a given back then. You could play with 6 randoms or 5 randoms and you're the 6th, and it's almost a unwritten code where you know not to capture the other flag so you can maintain the spawns. Nowadays, nobody follows that. Everyone triple caps, and it doesn't matter anyways because they flip on you out of nowhere. Even if you're playing hardpoint, the enemy team could be on the hard point, and you could be sitting all the way in the back of the map. If you kill them enough times, someone's going to spawn behind you when you're on like a 5 or 6 kill streak. And it's stupid. Last ugly, which somehow, someway hasn't been fixed yet and needs to be nerfed, while I was complimenting the perk setup, the Recon Specialist is stupid. Why are you giving somebody a death streak every time they respawn and they can see through walls? It makes hardcore unplayable, and it makes it impossible to maintain a kill streak because you're going to have some loser who sucks at the game spawn, see where you are, whether you're camping or not. If you're on a 15, 16, 17 kill streak, damn straight I'm going to camp a little bit because I'm trying to go for the nuke. And they're going to spawn in, see where you are, and either target you, knowing you're there, or try shooting you through a wall, or throwing and spamming grenades and flashbangs, or maybe call out to their team and say where you are. It's not fair. It's dumb. It's the worst quote-unquote death streak because it happens right when you respawn. Like, you thought Painkiller was bad in Modern Warfare 2? At least you got it after dying 3-4 times. This, you get it every single life. And it's probably the most overpowered in game modes like search and destroy, because I know there's a whole gimmick where you could run all the way across the map, and if you don't shoot, you could change classes. I don't know if they've nerfed that yet, but you could change classes and then see where everybody is when you're already halfway down the map. So stupid. And I hope it gets nerfed. It might get nerfed. It better get nerfed. And the fact that that even exists and nobody sat there to think that this might be a bad idea is mind-boggling. That's enabling bad players. Like, get good. Simple as that. There's no excuse around that except just get better. You don't need to see where the enemy is through the wall after every single life. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You're getting legit wall hacks? That's dumb. Stupid. So that's my list for the good, bad, ugly. I know I went on a little rant when you start getting to the ugly because it kind of just triggers you, you know? Again, if you're on edge, don't buy the game. I'm going to say that flat out. Not even don't think about it. Don't buy it. Wait till Season 1 drops. Wait till maybe if they have a Black Friday sale. I don't know how the sales went with this game. Last year they had a Black Friday sale. This year I don't know if they will. If you're still watching this video, the kill streaks are on the good. I really like the kill streaks in this game. I'm sorry for not including that. Yeah. Kill streaks are good, weapons are good, prestige is good, maps are bad, doors are bad, skill base is bad, connection is ugly, and spawns are ugly, and recon is ugly. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm on my way to hitting 10K. I know I'm only at 2, but it's time to think positive. We're hustling, we're grinding. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.